What's happening, guys? Thank y'all for tapping in, man. Welcome back to the channel. Please get the likes up. Be sure to subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let your boy know what you think about it. Salute to the free crowd. Guys, why do women get bored in relationship? Why do women get bored in relationships? I heard this conversation between two gentlemen on a podcast, and one of the guys said specifically, if you cheat on a woman, she'll leave you, and if she gets bored, so you have to do what it takes to keep the woman from getting bored. You have to do what it takes to keep a woman from getting bored. And I hear this all the time. People will say, oh, you got to do what you did in the beginning. You got to keep the spark. You got to try new things. You got to change it up. Guys, yes, you can do all those things. And you should do all those things. But you can take all the trips that you want. You can do all the changing up that you think you need. You can try all the new things that you want. But the biggest thing that's working against you is the fact that the relationship day by day is getting older. Day by day, month by month, year by year, is getting older. And that's the one thing that you have working against you. Some women want to feel good all the time. They want to feel excitement all the time. That's all they fantasize about. That's all they go around looking for is excitement. They need to get that dose of feel good every day, every single day. And those are the ones that's always talking about, oh, I'm bored. Oh, we need to do something. I'm tired. Guys, you could be working your ass off every day trying to keep a roof over your head, trying to keep food in the house, trying to make sure you have a little extra spending money and things like that. And all they want to talk about is them being bored, guys. If you hear a woman in your very first conversation, or I ain't gonna say the very first, the very first, or conversations in between while you're dating before you get in a relationship. If you hear a woman talking about she bored, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, that is a huge red flag. That's a huge red flag because that's a woman that like contentment. That's a woman that like contentment. I'm gonna talk about contentment a little bit later. But I will say this, negative energy with women that's always talking about they bored, well, this could be a good thing for them kind of women. Because even though it's negative energy, at least she's not bored. That's why women will stay with a man that cheat longer than she'll stay with a man that's boring. For these kind of women. That's why they always start drama. That's why it's always got to be something going on, guys. It's always has to be something going on because they haven't learned how to be content. Y'all want to know what a strong woman is? Y'all want to know the true definition of a strong woman? A woman that's learned how to be content. A woman that has a strong conviction. Because a woman that has those things, guys, they don't place themselves in position to have temptation. Because a woman that's bored all the time is always susceptible to temptation. Because excitement, guys, it's a powerful thing. The feeling of excitement, the feeling of anticipation, it is a very addictive thing. That's why people watch TikTok all the time. That's why people watch short video, because it's constantly giving you doses and doses and doses of excitement, laughter, things of that nature. But a woman that's strong in her conviction about her morals and values, and I'm talking about, that's why it's very important that you ask a woman and you watch her closely to see if she uphold her morals and values. Because that's very important. Because it don't matter how fine she is, guys. That's all in the beginning. But a fine woman, guys, can cause you to go through so much heartache, so much financially ruin. Man, a woman like that could ruin your life for the next 10 years, bruh. She can ruin your life for the next 10 years. Where you'll be happy very seldom and you'll be sad and angry most of the time. That's why you see guys hate to come home. They work 15, 16 hours a day. Why? Because they hate to come home. They leave work They cause havoc at work because they don't, especially if they're in a powerful position. If they hold a position of management or supervisory position, then they cause havoc at the workplace. Why? Because they have no control at home. They have no control whatsoever in the household because they're miserable. Because they married a woman because she was fine, because she looked good, because maybe all the guys wanted her, all the guys would give her stares, and oh, if I get with this woman, it's gonna up my status. You know, I'm gonna love this woman. That guys, and that's our problem. We think we can just love a woman based on how she look, man. We think that's just the end all be all until we get with the woman. Then we start wanting to rethink the whole situation. We'll sleep with a woman and go marry a woman and then try to get to know her afterward. After she got us in child support court, after she done hit us for alimony, after she done ran off with some other guy, after she done got pregnant while in the marriage or in the relationship. Then that's when we talk about, I should have got to know her first, man. No, but you based everything on how she looked. And granted, looks is very important, guys. You don't want to be trying to marry 3s and 4s, man. You at least want to get that thing up to 6s and 7. Try to get it up to a 6 or 7 before you settle down, bro. But damn, man, you got to have some kind of knowledge of the woman's morals and values. And if her moral states, her morals and values strictly goes against cheating, strictly goes against running against being in the streets, and she has a strong conviction, guys, those are the women that will find a guy and stay with the guy. Now I'm gonna tell you, it's hard to figure out what her convictions is. Sometimes it takes a few years, and you have to watch the little things. You have to watch how she treats others. You have to watch if she keeps her word. You have to watch if she base everything off how she feel instead of what's right and what's wrong. Because there are women that will say, you know what, I'm feeling bad about this, but I gotta do the right thing. So you have to be conscious of those things, guys. So when you're picking a woman and trying to understand her, guys, that's what you look for first. If she's a woman that of contentment. And how do you figure out if a woman is content? It's simple. She don't want every goddamn thing in the world. She don't want a whole lot. When she do get something, she appreciate it, and it takes a while for her to really want something else. You know, and I'm not talking about the essentials, man. You know, food, clothes, water, you know, maybe her hair done. I'm talking about just wanting just shit just cause to be wanting stuff. And you know, you looking at it, no, man, you don't really need that. You just getting it cause you can get it. And see, you get with women like that, man. And I take for instance, a woman that have a perfectly good a fairly good looking car, man, whatever model it is, but she wants something that looks better, that most likely you can't afford. And even if you could afford it, she'll drive that one for a while, but she wants something that looks better. And it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank, because just because you got a lot of money don't mean you need to waste it. Don't mean you need to waste it. Use all you can. Leave the rest of that shit for your great-great-grandchildren. Like the Vanderbilts, the J.P. Morgan Chase. That's what they did. See, but you can tell a woman, man, by her constantly wanting things. You can tell if she's a woman of contentment or not by just running that test. And it gives you a good idea of what kind of woman she is. But if she's mastered contentment and she's deep in her conviction, then you probably got yourself a pretty good woman. You probably got yourself a good one. Now, but you still must maintain the rules that I give to you. Don't tie her up in your finances, and don't get emotionally attached to her. Period. Not to the point where you ain't willing to walk out the door and never see her again. That's as far as you go. I ain't telling you not to love her, but don't get to the point where you can't let her go, man. Always remember that, guys. Salute to the free crowd. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Be sure to subscribe. And until next time, I'm out.